Welcome back to another painting session. I am going to be doing yet again another plant-based painting, and tonight's painting will be based on the Alabama Supplejack. Similar in some variation to the possum holly or the broader holly family. Supplejack is, I'm not going to go in depth to it, of course I have photos, just like the last video, but it is a plant that has fruit, blue fruit, more oval shaped than the holly plant. Its branches are more spread out, and on occasion it is also known to act as, I don't know if you'd say parasite, vine, or just uses it for support, but it can crawl on neighboring plants or trees' branches to either get more light, to sap its energy, its resources, either way, or even both. I don't know. I haven't looked that much into it. I might do that while editing the video, but not now. So I do apologize. I might even have it in the description. I don't know. But as you can see, the painting is going to be yet again based on the colors of it. I will have two variations of the Supplejack that I found. The normal branch-like structure and the one coiling on the semi-base of a tree. Two trees on the side, one just having normal roots, and one sprouting through, or around it, spiraling around. I might slim down here and broaden this a little bit, but everything else that you see will be pretty on par. I'll add another planet here, and the light source will be just right there. But yeah, it's just gonna be blue, hints of purple, no magenta, and green for the land, just like the last one. But instead of the red, purple, and magenta, it's going to be purple, blue, and green. That is going to be the themes of tonight's painting session. Now, I do have new paper. It's still the same size, same type of paper, poster board, though it doesn't have the gloss finish on it. It is matte. So it's, I'm hoping it will be the same usefulness that I've had on my other type of paper. It's also a different brand. So I am hoping that this one works. The reason why I don't have the other brand is because they were out of stock at the local stores. So I had to settle for this. I am hoping this goes well, like always. More so that the paper does well. Just by it laying down the paint here, it seems to do fine, but the real test would be at the finish. Like how it accepts gloss coat over it, not only that, but how much paint it can withstand. I'm guessing a lot. I don't think it's going to absorb a lot, because on my previous paintings it would be on that gloss finish where it wouldn't absorb much of anything. Here might be different because there's a bit of more pores than usual. Not like parchment type texture. It's still very smooth, but not as smooth as the gloss finish. So I am hoping it does well. It seems like over here it is. But yeah, nothing crazy. The only new development in technique will be the plants, particularly this over here, the coiling plant stems. But everything else I've already done before. Just normal branches, the land going down with pretty non-steep cliffs, and that's about it for the explanation of what I plan to do. I hope you all enjoy today's painting session, and look forward to all the other paintings I have planned today for this series, the Plants and Flora series. Of course, the last video was the first debut of that series. I do have high hopes for it, as I've put a lot of effort into each and every sketch. So please stay tuned for all of those. But with that out of the way, I will now begin the painting. Enjoy. this is the finished product. I am again proud of how this painting turned out. Of course, there are some hiccups along the way, especially with the planets. I think the issue with this type of paper that it's not glossed is that the paint seems to dry or gets absorbed significantly faster than the gloss paper. That's why I had a very hard time getting the texture off pretty well, and still it's pretty well detailed compared to anything else. Any other, wetter is the only way I could really describe it. That wetter paint that I use for the planets. I tried to use as much gloss as I could, but it could only do so much. And because of that, there's still some newspaper left behind that clung way too tightly that I could not remove. You can see a little bit here. This little line here. Of course, you had to angle the light just so that you could see it. Holding it like this, you could barely see it at all. The planets also had a bit of a trouble getting the stencils off, which I don't think is the paper's fault. Everything else is fine, just like anything else. Mountains are good. The little plains with the cliffs are alright. This could use some work. I tried to renew it on the top one because I was the worst. I think I did a good job there. The change here is way too sudden in what it looks like in person. It's more subtle, so I'm just going to clear that up. The trees look alright. Ocean is good, waves alright. Could do bits better over here, but these are good. The branches, I think, are pretty good. Though in hindsight, I don't think I needed to include the vines here. I could have just had it just like this one. It would be perfectly fine. Or just without the vines in general and just coming up from that. But yeah, all in all, it's pretty alright. A bit less in quality, in my opinion, of the painting before, but not by much. Most of the things that degraded is that newspaper. Part of the one thing I will take away that the paper might do good is the texture and the planets. That just might be other factors, like just not wet enough paint. The paint I used, the newspaper I used, technique I used to get the texture, all those things. But it's a bit more realistic, or detailed rather. All in all, it's pretty alright. I'll show you the sketch. The branches were significantly bigger, same as the last video. But that's fine. I don't need them to be gigantic. I think here was very over-exaggerated, especially on the one on the right. Next painting, I'll give you a little sneak peek to the sketch. This is what it would look like. Thorns. Pretty simplistic. And it's not just the plants I showcase here, but the environment around it is what has the same characteristics. I'll still have the plants around, but the world, landscape, is what really makes it plant themed, in my opinion anyway. To the blue and purple sky and planets, the arrangement of them, to the green, dark green mountains with the highlights, and the few amounts of trees on the sides, to kind of symbolize where they kind of originate, not just Alabama, but the South in general. which of course all exaggeration with plains, woodlands, southern mountains are those very high exaggerations, of course. But I think I did fine. It's pretty good. The planets are really the draw to it all. To be fair, it does have the most space, but it is still good eye catcher. And that about wraps it up. I hope that you all have enjoyed today's painting session as much as I have. And we'll stay tuned for that next painting session I just gave you a teaser of. If you have enjoyed today's painting session, then like the video, comment what you like, comment what you don't like, and subscribe to the channel if you like this stuff. Spray painting videos. If you want a tutorial, just ask any particular things and I'll make a video about it. Any suggestions are highly welcome. And until next time, I hope that all of you have a great night. Bye-bye.